What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. Hope you are all doing very, very well. Hope you're having a wonderful week. We're going to get into an Enhancement Shaman video. Once again, there's a whole other build that I've kind of been having fun with. A couple of other people suggested it on stream. It's not anything super new or groundbreaking. I just haven't tried it yet and wanted to present it to you guys right now. So it's another variation on the legacy of the Frost Witch talent here, which got changed in like about a month ago now or something, but this got changed maybe a couple months ago now. This got changed to include frost damage in the tooltip here. So generating 10 stacks of Maelstrom Weapon will reset, or sorry, consuming 10 stacks of Maelstrom Weapon will reset the cooldown on Storm Strike. We knew that. And it will increase the damage of your physical abilities, but it also now increases the damage of your frost abilities by 25%. If you only put 1 point in, then it's only 5%. So in the DRE build, in the Gamba build, you have to go like this, right? So the point of the Gamba build is just to get the reset on Storm Strike. That's all you care about, because the more Storm Strikes you press, the more chances you have of triggering DRE. In this build, we don't have Deeply Rooted. We're not triggering Ascendance. We're going all in on the frost damage. So you're hoping to get a Frost Wolf from your Elemental Spirits. And every time you consume 10 stacks of Maelstrom, you're, of course, getting a 5-second buff that buffs all your frost damage by 25%. And you can see that that ends up mattering quite a bit on your overall damage chart here, because it ends up being all your nature damage plus your frost damage is the big one. We do not care about the 25% buff to physical damage. Storm Strike does not deal damage in this build. Wind Fury does a little bit of damage, so that is nice when we're comboing with like Doom Winds plus Sundering, and you have all of that inside of a legacy buff, which you will. That is really great, but the real like best part of this build is the buff to the frost damage, because your frost shock is going to cleave, because of course we're going to take Hailstorm. So this is very similar to the Elementalist build where you take Hailstorm but you go down all the fire side of the tree. Instead, we're taking Hailstorm, we're going down the storm side of the tree, basically the Wind Fury physical side of the tree here. So instead of like tab targeting through enemies and lava lashing a lot because you've got a hot hand proc, it doesn't have any of that. It just has resets on Storm Strike. Storm Strike doesn't do that much damage. Storm Strike simply generates Maelstrom weapon stacks for us so that we can use a spender so that we can press Frost Shock, and it'll cleave on everything with Hailstorm. So it's got that kind of gameplay loop, and you're trying to stay inside the legacy buff window as long as you can. Just keep it up for as long as you can. So the opener is pretty similar to what it normally is. So you're going to do your Primordial Wave into your Wolves. We still have the big Primordial Wave combo. We're still interested in what the tier set bonus does for us, which is all about Primordial Wave. So you Primordial Wave first, then do the dogs. Then you're going to do a Spender and then Frost Shock. So it's Builder, Spender, Frost Shock. Builder, Spender, Frost Shock, right? It's very different from like a Gamba build, which is just Builder, Spender. Builder, Builder, Spender, Builder, Builder, Builder. You're trying to press Storm Strike. This has that Elementalist rotation. Builder, Spender, Frost Shock. Here we go. Primordial Wave, Dogs, spread it around. Lightning Bolt, Ice Strike, Frost Shock. There we go. Now we're off to the races. I'm going to go Doom Wind, Sundering, another Spender, Frost Shock. Builder, Builder, Spender, Ice Strike, Frost Shock. Spender. We got a Builder. We're going to build a little bit of Frost Shock. Then we're going to go Lava Lash. We're going to do a Spender. Get our Wolves out. Frost Shock. Primordial Waves up again. Big Lightning Bolt. Ice Strike. Frost Shock. Builder. Builder. Spender. Frost Shock. That's how it goes, okay? The main thing that you're doing is cooling down your Wolves a lot. Look at how fast they cool down. Watch how fast they cool down. Every time I press Frost Shock, every time I press anything, the cooldown on my Wolves is going way, way down. Okay? We're going to go there. We're going to go Wolves again. We're going to get an Ice Strike, Frost Shock. Then we're going to go Primordial Wave into a big haste window. Then a Frost Shock. Builder, Spender. Here we go. Frost Shock. Builder, Spender. You can see how fast we generate Maelstrom weapon stacks. It's pretty insane, actually. And I'm not even playing that super optimally there because I'm trying to show you guys kind of what's going on. But you can see Builder, Spender, Frost Shock. That's how you do it, and you're getting tons of extra damage. The Frost Shocks hit so hard in AoE. It's actually, like, just ridiculous. Here's a dungeon that we did do on it. Whatever. Let me pull the volume way down here. I did not execute this build super well, so just bear with me here. This was my very first time trying it, and I've just been doing so many different builds lately that I have definitely not mastered this one. My trinket timing was horrific. There's a lot of things that went wrong here, okay? So, and I, like, hit a Windows key there by accident. My stupid Windows thing opened up. Just bear with me. But the damage you'll see is actually pretty good. We're doing almost 500k here. The Hunter's obviously blasting, which is really great. We should be doing like 600k at least here. I just messed up the rotation. I will get better at it, but you can see sort of the proof of concept here. And again, like all Enhancement Shaman builds, you don't really have a cooldown, and so on every single pack, this is my Windows thing, on every single pack, you're going to see your damage be relatively high, which is really good. You're always going to have the Primordial Wave combo. Here comes again, Primordial Wave into a Ice, I didn't do Ice Strike there. Ice Strike, Frost Shock's what I should have done. And your damage will just keep sort of being, it'll level out, it'll be really, really good. Every single time you press your combo, you're going to be doing lots and lots of damage. Let me lower that a little bit more. So it's great. It's great that way, and it means that you can really burst down packs of mobs consistently, and you're not reliant on having any sort of cooldown whatsoever, right? So even Ellie Shaman has struggled a little bit in terms of the Liquid Magma Totem cooldown. You need Liquid Magma Totem so bad to get your Flame Shocks out, and sometimes that just doesn't happen. Sometimes you don't have it ready for a pack, and your damage just goes like way down on that pack. Here you just have that consistent damage because your Wolves are back so often. You're generating an outrageous amount of Maelstrom weapon stacks. It's just really, really good that way. So, yeah, we'll get to the boss fight here. The boss damage was okay. Again, I did not execute it very well. It's lower than it should have been, and I didn't use Lava Burst as much as I should have. Lava Burst. I'm used to using Lightning Bolt with the Gamba build. I'm used to just spamming Storm Strikes into Lightning Bolts and getting the refund on Lightning Bolt. So I had to get the mental, I had to change my mental a little bit here and start pressing Lava Burst, and I wasn't doing it nearly enough because Lava Burst will give you that guaranteed flurry proc. There's no extra incentive to press Lightning Bolt. You don't have any talents that are like buffing Lightning Bolt specifically in this build. So try to use Lava Burst on cooldown. It has like an 8-second cooldown. Use it as much as you can. Like right now I have double Fire Dog. I should have been pressing Lava Burst. I just wasn't. So I'm missing a bit of damage there. But you'll see, I think we're a little bit lower on this fight. By the end of the fight, we level it out a little bit. Our damage goes up here in the intermission phase. And then we're a little bit behind these guys at the end. But we end up catching up just a little bit. Again, I'm not playing it perfectly. The damage is still solid, though. This is a 23 Tyrannical Blackrock Hold. So just be aware of that. I was looking at Lynx's damage there. You still do have really, really big, like, uncapped AoE damage if you want it, because your Crash Lightning will hit every enemy in front of you. You do have a Doom Winds plus Sundering combo, which does crazy damage in uncapped AoE, which is a situation like this here. So you can see our damage here is pretty solid. I wasn't really min-maxing my Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning combo. I should have just been going Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, because it does so much damage to all the little spiders. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Moving on to the next pack. All these little small packs are perfect for Frost Shock, for the Hailstorm, because it ends up hitting, I believe, 5 targets. I think it's 5 or 4. I think it's 5. But anyway, it's capped, right? Your Frost Shock Hailstorm damage is capped, which is fine. But that means that little packs like this, you can do really maximum damage with this kind of a build. And you can see we're there. We're competitive. We're doing just fine. We pull this into the next pack. We're still doing decent damage. Everybody's up there doing lots and lots of damage. We're all kind of pumping, which is great. And then by the end of that pull, we're up to 289. Again, you can see the difference between when the Fire Mage has combustion, for example, or the Hunter is inside of a really big cooldown window, and their damage is going to spike up, and we're going to be a little bit lower, but over time, we end up working our way back up there. It's just the way that Enhancement Shaman plays, and I really do enjoy it. And the burst potential out of this is really good, too. You don't have super good priority damage. Like, you don't have one spell that's just, like, absolutely annihilating one target. Like, funnel, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But you do get a lot of resources from your Flame Shocks being out, being able to generate extra damage with the Maelstrom weapon stacks that you're getting from Crash Lightning, and Chain Lightning, getting you Crash Lightning back. You're getting a lot of extra Maelstrom weapon stack generation that way. Frost Shock on multiple targets. Again, the more targets you have, up to like 4 or 5, you're getting way, way more Frost Shock damage, and then you're generating extra Maelstrom weapon stacks. This build just does not struggle at all to generate Maelstrom weapon stacks in any way, which is why the cooldown on your wolves is just like so much, and I'm not pressing it nearly enough. Again, the more I play this, the better I'll get at it, and I'll be able to perform this to a much better level. But you're generating so many stacks of Maelstrom weapon that your dogs they're just flying off cooldown. It's actually crazy. Like, watch this pull here. I think I summoned my dogs on pull, or I should anyway. Got my Earth Shields going. Oh, I get the Flame Shocks going first. There's the dogs. Primordial Wave is going to be coming here. Oh, I got LOS. That was really annoying. But the cooldown on dogs, 112, 110, 109, 108, 104, 37. Boom, just 37, 32. Like, we just absolutely destroyed the cooldown on the wolves there, and then they're back now. So this build, probably similar to the Elementalist build, generates a tremendous amount of Maelstrom weapon stacks and really allows you to get those wolves back, get Primordial Wave back, keep the haste cycle going. It's really, really good for that. So single target damage, once again, is okay. This week for Tyrannical, it's probably better. I mean, I think the Elementalist build is probably just better in general, but if you really don't want to be playing the build where you have to tab target through enemies with Lava Lash to get the Lashing Flames debuff on them, if you want like a little bit of a change, this is just a little bit of a pivot to the other side, which is super cool. And I like it. I really enjoy it. It doesn't actually have very much to do with Stormstrike itself. Again, the Legacy buff giving you a reset on Stormstrike, it's really not about that. In single target, that's a little bit more important because Stormstrike does help you generate Maelstrom weapon stacks. But in AoE especially, that Legacy of the Frost Witch buff is almost entirely about the frost damage that you are getting, not the actual reset. Whereas for the Gamba build, you are entirely interested in the reset on Stormstrike because that's what's going to get you more procs on Ascendant. So I kind of love that there's a slight tiny little variation there. I think whoever designed the Enhancement Shaman talent tree, I'm going to get stuck by entangling here. This is pretty stupid. Whoever designed the Enhancement Shaman talent tree, honestly, it's in a really good place in my opinion. There's so many fun builds you can mess around with. I know that people get frustrated with other parts of Enhancement Shaman, like their defensive toolkit is really terrible. I agree with that. Yes, their utility is really good, but like their knockups and their stuns and stuff, but their ability to survive is just really abysmal. But I just love that there's so many different builds that you can try at like a decent key level. You could do this build on a 24, 25 key, and it would be actually fine. Wow. Once you get past that point, it's probably not the best build. You probably have to go and do something like an Elementalist build. But for the vast majority of players, getting up to a plus 25 key, plus 25, plus 26, but probably plus 25, let's say that's the benchmark. That's something that lots of players are capable of doing, and that's about as far as they want to go. And going further past that requires like a really serious coordinated team, usually, or you have to be playing the exact meta comps in order to mitigate damage that's coming in. Like at those higher key levels, you just start getting one shot. So I'm glad that there's a build like this that's a small pivot away from the Elementalist build, but allows you to have some fun and try something new. Tank DC's here. Have some fun, try something new, and just have a blast with it and still do competitive damage. That's the word I think I want to use there, that the damage is still going to be competitive, and that's the important thing. Look, even right here. The Hunter's doing 1 million damage. We were doing 600k for a second there. There, we're back up to 600k. Boom. Huge damage on this pack. Yeah, we're just above the tank. The Blood Decay was just absolutely slapping. I don't know what was going on with him. He was playing very, very well, But again, we're going to have the same damage on the next pack. Maybe he used his big Bone Shatter ability. I'm sure that he did. Shattered Bone with the Bone Shield charges. Again, look at, we're pumping on this pack. Way, way more damage. It's just really fun to do a build like this. And I think what I've been noticing when we've been pushing big keys, actually, this is a small little big key rant here. We've started doing plus 25s on my Shaman. I think I have 2 or 3 of them done now. Maybe 3. I'll show you at the end here. I'm healing them for the most part on my Resto Shaman, okay? But what I've been noticing is that the composition that you bring is really important. Not necessarily bringing a meta comp, but the actual composition that you bring, whatever it is vitally important to your ability to actually time the dungeon. The types of damage profiles that are coming in are so important. So, for example, some of the comps that we've been running have included like 2 casters that have really long cooldowns, like 2 to 3 minute cooldowns. That is a really difficult thing to bring into a key if your third DPS is not like a huge burst class like a Rep Paladin or even an Enhancement Shaman. If you don't bring that third class that has a different type of damage profile, you're completely screwed. Because there are mobs that need to die. They need to get funneled down and they need to die. Or there's moments in a boss fight where you need giga burst damage right now. And classes that have like dots or they ramp up over time, they can't handle that. Think of like the last boss on a Tal Dazar, Yasma. She spawns all those little spiders on you every like 20 seconds or so. And those spider ads try to make their way back to Yasma. They have to get nuked down right away. There has to be somebody ready to go with a cooldown that can go boom, and then they're dead, and then you get back to dealing damage to the boss. Or else you're just miserable. It's a really, really miserable fight. So builds like this with Enhancement Shaman are actually great for that. They do really, really strong burst. You have your Primordial Wave opening burst where you're hitting that lightning bolt for like 500, 600k, and then you follow it up with a Frost Shock that does like 200k like per enemy, and suddenly you've done 2 million damage. You've done 1 to 2 million damage in like a 3 or 4 second window of time. That's exactly what you need to complement the other specs that are running the more dot focus builds or the ramping builds that do a lot more damage over time. So I've really been noticing that when we've been doing keys, that the key to success isn't necessarily to play the exact meta comps. You should probably end up doing that once you get to a certain level. But whatever comp you are playing, you must make sure that you have a balanced sort of damage profile. This is a really funny moment here. You guys ready for this? This is awesome. This is like the funniest moment in the whole key. Here we go. All right, I'm going ham. Can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop. Okay.
Yeah, he stops.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Oh my god.
Fucking autoed the shit out of it. That's so funny. Can't stop, won't stop. Get stopped. I got stopped. So that kind of ruined my overall there. Just, you know, it's not my fault, guys. It's not my fault. My overall damage would have been better if I hadn't gotten stopped right there. But I did. Anyway, overall, my thoughts on this build are that it's an interesting build. It doesn't stray too far from the Elementalist playstyle. You're just not pressing Lava Lash as much. You're obviously filling with Storm Strike, but the build does not even really revolve around Storm Strike. It's not really revolved around the reset that you're getting. In single target, like I said, that is definitely important. But Frost Shock does so much damage and generates so many Maelstrom weapon stacks from the Hailstorm buff that you're getting, that you're able to get back to your spenders and you just repeat the cycle over and over and over again. It's actually a really fantastic sort of cadence there where you're getting that. I really enjoy that. This is a really difficult moment here. Shadow Volley, Bolt Volley, very dangerous. Lynx is doing a good job healing everybody. I got the bug on me. You want to make sure you kill this bug as quickly as possible, or else the person who has it is just going to die. I end up losing quite a bit of damage here because I'm trying to just get this stupid bug off me. And again, Enhancement Shaman does not have very good defensives, right? This is the one thing that we do need to change about Enhancement Shaman. They need better defensives. It's very frustrating to just be dying to mechanics that that everybody else is not dying to because they have 2 or 3 extra defensives. Remember, in this fight, you should hold Lust until this moment here. Do not Lust at the beginning of this fight. Lust after you do Ring Around the Rosie. Lust right now, because this is the longest period of time that you're going to have to actually use your Lust. So you have to just kind of survive the first part, don't blow all your cooldowns, and Lust at this moment in the fight so that you can do as much damage as possible. Our damage here is okay. We're trying to burn down the bug. Look at, when I don't have the swarm, it dies in 3 seconds. That's what should happen, baby. Again, this is actually another great fight where we're talking about the difference in profiles, in terms of damage profiles. You need a burst class to help you on when the bug comes out. The bug's on me again, and it's dying pretty quickly this time, which is good. It's not bad. I almost end up dying here. There we go. But they actually did a better job that time of blowing up the bug. But a lot of times if you have certain classes that have like ramping dots, ramping damage, they can't kill the bug in 3 seconds. It's going to take them 6 or 7 or 8 seconds to kill that bug, and that is really bad. Somebody's going to die if you don't kill the bug quicker than that. So again, just one of those things that is really going to help, and I think it's so important as you get to the higher levels of keys, the type of composition you have, the type of damage that's coming out from your group. So important. So important. We get one more Dreadlord's Guile here. A little unfortunate, but that's okay. We still have 5.5 minutes. We crushed this key. Oh, the Hunter gets whacked there. We absolutely crushed this key. It wasn't even close. Like, we probably could have wiped here and done this boss again, and we still would have timed it. I get the bug on me for like the 3rd time because it hates shamans or something. And there we go. I think I actually got rating. No, I didn't get any rating for this, but I have 3190. We did some more keys over the course of the night, and I actually got to 3200. I'll show you my rating in a second. But there's our damage overall, 231. Not bad. Could have been better. Again, I did not play this build super well. Okay, just keep that in mind. I did not play this build super well. Here's what the damage profile looks like. Lightning Bolt is huge. Again, a lot of that is because I'm casting it on single target. I should have been casting Lava Burst a lot more. Take notes of that. Cast Lava Burst more, okay, because it's going to give you a guaranteed flurry proc, and it will do more damage, I think. It has a cooldown, so you can't cast it every time, but cast that more. And then Frost Shock damage, 18%. Huge, right? Chain Lightning, Crash Lightning, Flame Shock, there's the rest of it there. But that's what your build is going to kind of look like. Again, not executed perfectly by me. I will work on that. I will get better at doing that. That is how the build's going to look. Right now, here's my IO. We did get to 3204. Again, 25, 25, 25. So we have done all these keys at a 25 level. For the most part, I think I healed all 3 of those. I don't think I DPS them yet, but I will get there. But, yeah, just some stuff that I've been noticing as we've been getting into these higher key levels, noticing that the group composition really matters. Having burst damage really matters for certain adds. And I think that this build is something that can accomplish that. Very similar to how the Elementalist build works, this build can help fulfill a very similar role. You just flex over to Storm Strike being kind of your filler button, and then really you generate so many stacks of Maelstrom Weapon that it doesn't even matter. Like, you can just do your spender and then go back and press Frost Shock, and it will reward you with the amount of damage that you're looking for. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this build. It is a Frost-focused build with Legacy of the Frost Switch. I think it's really cool. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. Drop a comment down below. Join the Discord. Let me know what you guys think in those comments, please. I'd love to hear from all of you. Thank you so much again for watching. Love you guys. I will see you in the next one.